motivated that she will always, negative wise, cause short-term motivation.
Yes.
That's really what we're saying, okay? So any negative whys or negative values, and if values are what motivates us, then it's going to mean every time they have that image in their head, what is the image? Even though, yes, sure, it's the value, but what's the quality of the image? It's a negative away from image. It's the image of what they're trying to escape. And all escape values or motivation causes short-term spurts of action, never long-term, because people will not stay in pain for very long before they pull away. So, it's not that they need to change the value or anything like that. We just need to change it from an away from to a towards.
What's really what I find interesting about that is that because it's such a powerful motivator, like, you know, when you get so close to the fire, that's when you move the fastest. Yeah. So some people kind of get addicted to, they look for those painful motivations because they know that they're powerful, but that they don't
It depends on the element of pain and how much pain. Because the problem is this, the image attracts itself more of the same. The mind image attracts more of the same. That's why it's a problem, ultimately. So the negative mind image is that's what she's going to attract. The unconscious mind, everything's it's just symbolic. It doesn't have language like we have it. Everything's a symbol. Everything's an image. We go about translating our images into words. That's actually what we do.
What percentage of people or women do you think would have a negative
95?
Yeah.
Wow.
And how many women really do achieve their goals?
About that? About 3?
5%. So, because the other thing too is when they attach goals, they're usually values motivated. Like the reason they want something because it fits in alignment with their values. Okay, but the problem is the value itself has negative image. What's the goal going to have? And short term. So she's only ever going to, even if, yes, okay, that it's a negative that motivates sometimes at the last minute, yes. But they mostly won't ever make it to get to that point where it's even possible to do that. Because between here and here, and here's the goal. Yes, if we can make it to here, we are likely to make it happen with pain, whatever it takes. But it's getting from here to here usually requires consistency. And the other thing it requires is it's consistent, but because of the negative, they won't ever stay in pain for very long. So there'll be a spurt, and that's it. And then I don't know what's going to get them from that first spurt to being able to get to here, to be able to do that last spurt where they do power on.
Nothing.
So they've got to get, the pain, and what I mean by pain, it's not just the values pain, the negative emotions attached to values. It's the suppressive female type fears of rejection, being accepted. All of these things are always attached because it's all our values, everything's to do with people. Usually there's people involved, especially in business. So women and suppression, women are more like, and women's emotions and how our brain works and how we feel before we think, and we feel so fast. And we feel as we think, whereas a man will think to decide if he's going to feel. It sort of seems to, it's more like that, isn't it? Whereas we don't tend to have that, oh hang on, I'm going to decide whether that's worth feeling, and then they have to go for this big journey over here to grab a feeling. We just go boom boom. Remember our corpus callosum between our left and right hemisphere of our brain, we surf that all day long. And then we activate our emotional body, and then we feel, and then we've got hormones coming in, and that we've got suppression coming from our gender, from our inherited stuff that our grandmothers and their great-great-grandmothers and their great-great-grandmothers had, which is fear. And I'll tell you now, it's typical in business, fear of stepping out and up and going, hey, look at me. This is why, a part of why women don't step out is not just because, they haven't got the balls to just put their hand up and go, it's like, you can't just say that to a woman. You can't just say, step up. She's got all this suppressiveness, she's got fears, she's got shame, she's got guilt, she's got, all of this, and then these resentments of these men that get these jobs before them when they know they're better at it and they don't put their hand up. Yeah, but what stops them putting their hand up? They don't put their hand up for the sake of not putting their hand up.
Patterns there.
It's not just a misperception only. It's an inherited, I can't do that. So we've got to step in, they need Creatrix or something like that to help them go, yes, I'm in my power and I feel okay and calm. I'm not going to stress to do it. I'm not going to kill myself to be able to put my hand up and go against my body, against every fibre and every cell of my being, just so that I can, get that position. They will, because the body can't handle that kind of stress. We're a female, we don't have a nothing box to go and sit in at the end of the day and just stare at nothing. We don't do that. What else don't we have? We don't have, their physical body where they're made for stress because they've got this nothing box. They're in peripheral. Males are in peripheral a lot. That's their retina. They have more peripheral retina cells, remember. But we don't. We've got more focal cells. We don't ever go and sit somewhere and be blank of mind. So we need to go on purpose and learn techniques to be blank of mind, which, what's really going on in a body when you are in that blank space of mind, a couple of things. No negative emotions, okay? And the other thing is, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the natural nervous system where all organs function as they should, thus health. So while we stay focused, stressed, going against our grain, activating fears that we shouldn't have, and activating all of the away froms to our values, and then, all of these trying to step up and out without getting rid of all our past pains from our past generations, which is what Creatrix does, not just past generations, but our past stuff as well. But the whole thing about female and not having a voice, which links back to the hormones. What are women depleted in? Progesterone. What is that? That's the hormone that gives you a voice. What does Creatrix do? Gives you a voice. So women will then have a voice without the fears, without the guilt, without the shame, without the suppressive, I'm not good enough, I can't do that, no one will hear me, blah, blah, blah. So then they will then be able to step up and say, yes, pick me. You should pick me. I'm awesome. I'm the best for the job. Hey guys, I'm in competition here. You're up against me. I'm also selling myself, and yet I'm calm. I don't have my shit. I'm calm. My parasympathetic's okay. I'm not stressed. I know I'm good enough. I know I'm right for the job. Now, that's how we will raise women up in the communities. Creatrix is more than just a feel-good thing. Creatrix is to bring a voice back to women, but also to bring the natural confidence of our progesterone side of us. Yes, we're a female, but a female has our masculine and our feminine. A man has his masculine and feminine. Well, in this modern day world, this is a masculine world.
Yes.
The only way we will ever be able to progress and step forward is we must activate that masculine part within us without sabotaging the feminine side of us. We want them all to come together. What has Creatrix made you do today, Anne?
Voice, stand up.
Your voice. You woke up and you just stood up for yourself. Why? Because your unconscious mind was saying, hang on, those words I'm hearing are not in my highest good.
Yeah.
That's not supporting me having a voice and coming out of my shy timidness, is it?
What happens?
Yeah.
Loads have happened. So 10 o'clock